Obi was angry. You dare to surround the leader? How did you treat Lord Bella? I can breathe for an hour. And then she told the people that were scratching, as calmly as possible. All right, everybody pull out. We have found our food back. A little longer will bring food to everyone's hands. People don't need to rush. Some of the people in the area heard this, also somewhat assured. Someone speaks up. If Lordin had said that. So we'll go home and wait. Another resident Shen came in. If there is no food, then we're coming again. Stand on one side. You are also sad to say that. That's right. Give out food to all the people. People are hungry these days, so everyone is hungry. They are bad, but they are also bad. I said that, but I'm still not happy in my head. These two animals are real. Then I'm in a hurry. She asked the guard of the castle, Lord Bella. Bella is inside Sao. Take us inside to see him. The guard obeyed orders, my lord. To change the scene at this moment, in sheer joy. Let's ring up and call. Sister, it's great to see you. My sister's name is Bella. He was also glad to rush to the emperor. Disha is so good that you are safe, and I am also safe. Then two sisters are radiant blue-haired. A dreamy purple-haired man. We rush into each other's arms, but moved with tears. Bella hugged the baby and said excitedly, I'm sorry. I just got back, but let me see a bad scene like this. I'm guilty of you, but I've tried my best too. He hugged his sister and rubbed her back. To motivate, as well as providing encouragement and peace of mind. I have you here, don't worry. But in the end, what happened? At Sao is our master, surrounded by people on all sides. There is so little food in the city. Bella replied that she was afraid to say. This is good to say a little more. I heard the news. The four princes and the four princes fought. What happened after all? The god is not agitated or worried. She's comfortable showing off to her sister Bella. He sister, no. The battle between the young master and the four princes was over. We won, goat. Her face exuded pride and satisfaction. Bella asked again the following month. The month is so fast. Wait a minute. I just called Master Liu Feng to Miss Ra, Sao. I didn't hear that wrong. I was afraid to answer my sister. That's right, Bella. That's what everyone calls it. If you don't believe me, ask Dan and Obi. Dan and Obi are in the back. I don't know anything. Don't drag me into this. Both of you with wide eyes don't understand what I'm talking about. Bella didn't want to be embarrassed anymore. Hero is good. And then she's happily interested in telling Bella of them. The road must be tired. Go back and rest first. The two of us will talk later tonight. There's just a little work to be done. Everyone in the city needs me to show up. I want to talk to Lord Bella. Don't get too tired, I love you. Then, so I went back to the restroom. And Bella thought in a whisper. It seems that I have despised this gentleman too much. Unexpected hero. He could beat the four princes so fast. Then Bella called back to ask. I asked her if she could sell our stuff. The staff is now hesitating. I was afraid to answer Lord Bella. Bella is related to sex. Then we'll know when we get to the Atlantic City. The goods we stole. It's the Atlantic City. Bella looked dumbfounded and replied, "What?" "We are robbers of the Atlantic into Sao." "Why is that possible?" Bella is sweating. I don't understand what happened. I'm only sad to answer, Lord. But it's also lucky for us. After hearing our city ran out of food, Master Liu Feng still helps us with less blood vessels. Bella was more confused and sad. You tell an underling. 2 is troublesome. See, we want to cross the Atlantic. To get the food supply. It's impossible. Your face is dark. She put her hand on her chin and began to ponder. Star calculation for full cycle. I have to think of a way to thank the Lord. Hero this bastard. And he told his sister to call him master. This name has a little power. Is to face bullying, daughter good house. It's in my mind. I was in a hurry to wake Bella up. Bella can't sell anything. But Save the generous master has agreed to trade food with us. Bella opened her eyes wide, her eyes shining. Ah, Hero, I know. Is it because of God? I am not in a hurry to protest. But Lord Bella did not notice that she was persistent. 2 thanks to the affection of the Emperor Ti. How long can we sustain it? But we have to think differently. I can see Bella is confused. I believe it is because of Goddess' help. An exasperated yell. Bella is a master, not because of anything else. You want to listen to me? Bella still can't believe it. Put your hand up and push it away. Speak in a tone that doesn't matter. And despise exile. What a hero. Our land is poor to the rocks. It's the rock that we know. He also happily responded. When Bella understood. Right. Your Majesty. White stones in our land. Is the mineral that saves the lower needs. As long as we exploit. He agreed to use food in exchange. Bella natural horny tries up. What's wrong, Mom? Why didn't you tell me earlier? What kind of a hero is that? It is clear that Bella is in charge. Don't give me a chance to talk. As the Emperor strolled outside the streets of the territory. Bella, you just left. I have just heard the cry of God. Of the people in the city. They told us to come here. No food has been delivered for days. Telling us how to live. A woman. The austere face comforted her husband. Stop waiting. Let's go. The Lord has brought food here. Let's try a little more. The refugees continued. This place is comfortable. No need to work and eat. It's just that the owner is too little, not enough. That's right, I'm going to hear these things. It makes you unhappy. More, it makes you feel more for your sister. She was kind enough to accept them. They're not grateful, but they're here to blame her. God is angry. She clenched her teeth in anger. It's not okay to leave them like that. Feed these idle animals. They eat without wanting to thank you. It only makes your territory more difficult. My face is now sweating. But she didn't feel hot due to the weather. It's the anger in your heart. It's rising like a crater. She hurried back to Bella's room. When she saw that her sister was quite sad, she asked. "I'm worried about the Sao territory," replied Bella, breathing. "There's also a little bit. I don't understand why you ask. You're not a poor man. They agreed to exchange food for minerals. Maybe something else happened, hero. Don't worry. If this exile dares to 7 promise, I'll let him hear the blow." Bella hurriedly brushed off the Emperor's silly thoughts. She calmly replied, "It's not what I think. Atlantic City agreed to trade with us. Of course, it's too good. But this transaction, I'm afraid it's not enough to fill the stomachs of thousands of animal refugees out there. Why did you ask me again?" Bella sighed a breath and slowly explained. "People can use too little in the city. The knights defend the land. There are very few people left who can move. Even if we now use all of our human resources to dig minerals, the number of products will not be much." "But sister," I said to Bella, "I can see there are so many animals out there." Bella replied angrily, "There is a lot of looking outside, but not many AI have the bravery. People come to join us. There's just no way to move them." "You can't think like that. Minerals are just a simple job. Just use your power. I'm not going to fight. And even a little of this can't be done. All day, just complain and sit there. Eat or drink, then just throw it out." Bella is worried about him. "But if you just throw them all out, things that are transmitted out will affect the reputation of our territory. If your reputation is ruined, there are no animals later. They want to join our territory." I also spoke to Bella in a disapproving mood. "You can't think like that. If even the person next to you doesn't take good care of you, what do you need your reputation for? Your children are born with you. We can manage our territory. Now the animals aren't idle outside. I just want to eat without wanting to work. You should be careful about what your subordinates think. They will be pleased. I have lost my loyalty to you." Bella mused. Think about every word the Lord has said. When Bella was silent, she continued. "You have the power to treat people. Punishment together is the longest way. Do you know the rule of the stick and the carrot? Good work is rewarded. If you didn't do it again, destruction is punishable." Bella is amazed at me. He, this is what I heard from the young master's exile. Now take it out again. Okay? Bella is proud. See, I've learned a lot of good things in the Atlantic. But you're right. Should rectify the domain of Balada. You ordered me to tell those animals. Starting from today, if you want food to eat, you have to go. I was afraid to tell Bella. This is hero. What if those beasts protested and refused? Master, Bella seriously said out loud. Then send it away. Bella's territory. We don't feed the idle, without knowing how to work to produce results. Obedience to Lord Bella. Ji Anta immediately gave his orders. Right now, Chan's sun shines down on the Citadel's space. Owner of the Atlantic, in Liu Feng's room. Ellie with a worried face told me. Master, I have just counted the Atlantic City. We might be. Currently, we can't find a builder for the time being. Nicola also continued Ellie. She told the owner. The land in Somalia also needs workers. If you miss this season, We have to wait another year. Put your hands on your chin and think. I told both of you. That's annoying. Not enough labor is not possible. Suddenly, someone ran into the library. Ra is the queen of the dwarves. She ran and called out to the Lord. Luffy is holding a wrench in his hand. That's your face? Nicola asked. Why do you have such a dirty appearance? Africa doesn't care. She jumped up and said happily, Master Liu Feng, I've got the steam engine you need. I am also excited. So let's go and have a look. Right now, under the greenery on the outskirts of the Atlantic City. It's the military district of the Atlantic City. CA birds chirping, with the bright sun shining down on the military zone. Yufei speaking loudly. Master Liu Feng, steam engine laboratory in room Noba. Yes, you can go slowly. I'll come and have a look. Ellie is bewildered. Look around at everything in the military zone. You say, Ra. Military zone where the young master forbade people to approach. It looks like this again. Luffy asked Ellie in surprise. Miss Ellie has never been here before. Ellie answered, African pink hair. I was the first time. Here, the less people know about this place, the better. Africa is also comfortable to respond. You must also remember what the Lord told me. Every single thing here, if they're taken out or exposed, it could be enough to change the world. It can't be, or smaller. It also turns the poplar into, it may become a colony of another territory. Australia is eager to continue. Like a steam engine this time. At home, I was able to predict the scene. How it changes the world. Master Feng is very good. This can also be thought of. Ellie asked again. Yufei's steam machine, how it ended. It's a glowing treasure. Like in Lucy Sao's novel. Just said, you've just imagined a glowing jewel. That you've seen. Yufei shout out loud. It's 100 times more dazzling than that. Ellie type UI, for heaven's sake. This is an even more dazzling and luminous treasure. The treasure is shining. What's 100 times better? Ellie was surprised. I can't believe it, when you see the steam engine in front of you. Waste, what is this? Mina also disparaged said. It feels like a pile of junk. I was in a hurry to help you. Come on, this is the first steam engine. A little bit bad in form is normal. Yufei give face to say. What is beautiful to use? You are only good at breaking things. Be the owner now. Look up close to the black spindle on the steam engine. I was wondering, what is this? Yufei replied to Master Liu Feng. This was my father's intention. Push up hand rubbing head. He laughed and said to Liu Feng. Too afraid to save the Lord. I looked at this and thought I could crush iron. So I tried adding a fake Y. If it doesn't fit, I'll remove it right away. You don't need to laugh. You're right. This is actually used to grind iron. Just a few things. Now show it to me. Let me see what everyone's doing. Luffy replied clearly. Clear. I urge you to wait a moment, Lord. Then, the pink-haired African wagged something with a shovel of dirt. See this action of Yufei. Say Feng secretly smile. Ra is doing that. Why does the whole UV look so dirty? Come on, come on. Mina shouted, young master, he shouted. A move? No, 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 no. Why does it sound so strange? No reason to be the owner. This is a normal phenomenon. Don't worry too much. Then the rumbling of the two pillars prompted me to speak. You can crush the iron. The whole engine starts moving. Save the wind. Track every movement of the steam engine. You aesthetic. The age of the heterosexual steam engine is finally here. Then save the title turned out to praise you Phi. Africa is doing well. You can go to the Atlantic City. It's a real honor. And it's too good for the people of Atlantic City. I was happy, but pretended to ask again. I can't hear what you're saying. The other three girls. Mina is covered, and Nicola's ears are wrinkled. Ellie closed her eyes completely. Three people shouted, "Master, this is too noisy. You can stop it from being used." Queen, queen, the steam engine keeps moving bon bon. Mina told the wind, "Miss, this is weird. How does it finally move?" Sad, I don't know how to explain it. You said this. People just understand. This is the effect of heating water. Mina asked again. Hot water also works like this. And Ellie said, "Let's have a look at it tonight." Nicola told the exile. Missing GIA. What is this thing for besides iron? Save Feng excitedly replied. This thing, we can solve our biggest headaches. Now that Ellie heard this, she said, I know. This thing only needs water to work. We won't be tired anymore. It's not that we'll have more people to do other things, SAO. Save the word cost reply. That's right, agriculture. Mineral transport, manufacturing, architecture. It's all about our lives. Later, we can use steam to help us work. Save the wind turn out to tell the urge. I need 10 steam generators. People can use it to plow the land. Except I hope. Phi and Urge continue to research more steam machine. The kind that's softer than talent. Material and labor. I'll try to get it to you as quickly as possible. I believe in the end. Zhu Y account also seriously replied. Master, please rest assured to hand it over to me. And she clung to Liu Feng's sleeve, she said. Master Liu Feng, what we said before, why? When I remember you, I answer you Phi. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. Follow me. Sao and then run up and down. Transfer the scene to Liu Feng's room. Take out a book with a cover. It's a picture of a spaceship in space. He gave her a pen and said, Africa, this book. That the spirit can fly far into space. It's what you and I want to create. Oa, Phi eyes glistening. She took the book and said, Dear, can you let me wash my hands first? Hi. I'm as happy as the chickens. Let's play. Uncle Feng is also humorous in reply to the millet girl. Then you go on. Where are you? I trust you with this plan. I assure you. If only you could create it. Then I am willing to meet and do whatever you want. Take the book in your hand as a treasure. You just stare at the book. Then boldly replied to the exile. Master Liu Feng, I'll definitely make it work. He said he was running out of the library. I shouted this a few times. That was a quick reminder. Take it easy, and stop falling now. Too true, you non-sexual impatient. I haven't told her about the money yet. And workers too. Nicola on teacup, handle standing next to the wind. When I saw the expression, I said, "Young master, you seem to like this girl very much." "Ha ha," save the laughing room replied. "Of course, even though she's a good girl." Africa in a corner of the city. She hugged the book happily. "Mom, very soon you five will see you." On the harbor of the Atlantic right, a fleet of animal soldiers has just landed. Princess of the Beast family. With everyone getting off the train. Set foot on the land of the Atlantic. Look at the magnificent city in front of her, the princess sighed. The Atlantic City of Immortality. Of course, it's very exciting. Mayor of the front LAN. I just looked around listening. Go back and tell the princess. I've heard somewhere in the Atlantic City. There's good food. Let's go. Look at the appetite of LAN rules. The princess of the beast sighs and clams. LAN rules. I've forgotten what the purpose of our trip is. SAO. LAN rules. Shy answer yes. Suddenly, a voice was a little familiar. Make Princess Aya pay attention to look out. The voice of a young blonde wild girl. Are talking about the tribe's unraveling of the Sahara. I know. Take your boat to Warehouse 7. Young girl, but the voice is hard. The powerful are dealing with the cargo that's just arrived at the port. The princess's voice suddenly became emotional. She said it was Ellie and called out to Ellie. I heard my name called. Ellie hurriedly turned her head to look at the call that came out. Ellie looked in front of me. 2 eyes are glinting at her, lovingly uttered. The sister you always remember day and night. Now standing in front of she unexpected reunion of 2 princess sisters. It's amazing to a lot of people. In the owner's library of the Atlantic City. Liu Feng's voice was surprised. Elsa is Ella's sister. Mina smiled happily and hugged the paper. That is right, Ellie is entertaining them now. It's good that Ellie found her family. He's got a mountain of paper on his desk. I asked Mina about it. So far, so far. I've never heard you talk about your family. Listen to me care about your family. Mina timidly replied to the young master asking this. I don't want to go to your house and propose. Mina asked me such a sensitive question. Red face, you know this. I saw Liu Feng's evasive attitude. Mina turned around and said, Okay, young master, I'll give you the documents before. Looking at the shadow of the stupid Mina, who left the ceremony, he tried to hold Mina down to the table. Take a deep breath. Baby said. This stupid cat. I asked the question and didn't hear the answer. I can eat you for sure. Mina grabbed the book and ran out of the room. She stood with her back to the door of the room looking out. A window to see the vast sky in front of you. Watch the birds fly by. Fall into contemplation. The eyes became distant. The choking voice of his family, Sao. Right now, in Ellie's room. The room is filled with a sweet, happy atmosphere. Skin-hugging hard, Ellie said emotionally. Ellie, I finally found you. I'm worried about dying. 3 worries. Urza sent it all in. A deep embrace makes Ellie so tightly hugged that she chokes. Tell Urza. Calm down. Look at you. The princess is reunited after a long separation. I am glad, the owner said. That's good, Chief. I finally found Princess Ellie. Hoo Ra, released Ellie, almost choking Ra. Holding her arm, she looked back anxiously and said, Quickly, let me see. Are you thin? Why are you in the Atlantic City? Ellie was shaken to her death, her mind spinning. Answer the young. It's the young master's exile. Like the sound of lightning flowing through Aya's rich, imaginative mind. I imagined Ellie on her knees cleaning the house. Say Feng overbearing, scold, wipe quickly. Princess Era said something angrily. This guy, I still value him, he dares. Dare Era reproach exile for nonsense thoughts? Just appeared in my head. Angry skin turned to say. LAN rules collector 10 fixtures. Let's get Ellie back to the tribe quickly. We're not working with this exile anymore. I can see Princess Aya's attitude. The security chief hurriedly replied, yes, Ellie is panicking right now. Gaping mouth. It was hard to understand because of my sister's sudden anger. Ellie just calmed down and said out loud, Sister, what are you going to do? Ellie asked that. She turned her head and looked at her little sister. What to do, Ellie? You're the princess of the Beast Kingdom. Sao can stay here doing the servant's work. To serve people. I listened to my sister's negative thoughts. Ellie is helpless to speak out. Sister, you misunderstood. I call him master. That's what AI calls it. Besides, my brother really didn't do anything to me. Listen to what my little sister just said. Princess Aya still doubted whether it was true. Ellie replied with a smile. Not that I want to be him. Words have a part. Ellie's strangeness tickles her startled skin. Enjoy an hour of wonder. I realized I said something wrong. Ellie laughed and scratched her head and said, There's nothing. I saw the unusual behavior of my little sister. Userdin face thought. Strange this reaction of Ellie. Maybe the skin doesn't want to talk about this. Just end the story. Looks like you misunderstood your staff. That's Ellie. Will you follow me to your tribe? Continue to rebuild the princess's life in that place. Ellie heard that her sister wanted me to go. Away from the city of the Atlantic, clenched his lips and replied, My sisters don't want to go. Ellie's definitive words ignored her. And Ellie stunned, asked at Sao. Ellie laughed shyly. Because this place is so good to me. There are also a lot of friends here. I can't leave this place. Even more lacking. My brother also treated me very well. He also taught me a lot. In short, I can't leave. Ellie is excited. Two eyes sparkled when it came to the name of the bandit. Princess Aya turns head aesthetic flashing. It seems that Ellie really likes to save the wind. That poor bastard. He quietly let his sister go. That's an obnoxious name. Right now, LAN rules asked our leader not to return again, Sao. Infuriated skin sit down cause reply. Young lady, put your luggage down first. In my mind, I'm still thinking about this. I just don't know what Kier thinks. In a moment, I have to find a chance to explore his mind. My sister didn't leave the tribe anymore. Ellie asked now. But you, what do people want to do when they come to Atlantic City? Remember the purpose for which you risked. Come all the way here. His eyes became full of worry. The weapons in the tribe aren't enough anymore. So I want to find a way to trade a lot of weapons. In Urza's head, now the image of a large land appears. Next to the land of the two LAN princes. That's the Sahara Prairie, LAN. Where your animal tribe are living and growing. Era slowly continued, Ellie also knew. Because it's working with the Atlantic City. Currently, our tribe's lawns have expanded a lot. A lot of people are red-eyed. Currently 2 kings, the LAN palace is adjacent to our territory. They look at us like hungry tigers. To protect our breeding grounds. We must be prepared to protect well. I heard that the beast tribe is growing so well. Ellie said yes. We're going to meet the young master in front of the horse. The main conversation is over. I'll take you for a walk into the Atlantic. Area hands on chin. The other hand held up to stop Ellie from saying, "Wait, Ellie." Ellie was surprised why Area hesitated about it. Princess Ayang hesitated to speak. Water Mo Kwai Lan continued, "Miss Ellie, let me be frank. In fact, our tribe doesn't have much money right now. Heard the tribe has a tight economic problem." Ellie is surprised the negative is not true. Calculation according to the trade treaty between your tribe and the Atlantic City. The tribe doesn't have enough money. Ellie suddenly raised her hand and scratched her chin to judge. There can be no embezzlement. Can't. You have to tell the young man right away. Ayao understood Ellie's thoughts and replied no. Is due. Recently, I have received many animals in distress. The money that the owner of the Atlantic City gave, no one embezzles. Ellie heard a satisfactory explanation from her sister. That's what Ra said. Ellie is trying to solve the problem. Think about it a little more, Ellie screams yes. Half didn't let Ellie finish. Elsa seemed to understand her sister's bold intentions. Panicked, said Ellie. Do you want to use your talent in the museum? To trade is not possible. This treasure our father left us. The future of the nation is coming. You can use it in this later. Ellie shook her head tightly and said firmly to me. The president should rebuild the country. It's not the same as restoring the kingdom. Animal or Sao. It makes sense to look at her sister. Era frowned. Talk about this. Elsa was still wondering. Ellie continued. Now your tribe has taken a lot of victims. Animal. They don't protect them well now. They don't want them to live their lives. Or Sao Ra sighed a breath and said you were right. He said, let's put a piece of brown paper in my pocket. The old one is folded. Ellie looked at Theo and opened the paper. So Ra is a map with a bright red core. Elsa went on to say, here's half the treasure map where you are. Right after Elsa took half of her map Ra. Ellie also hurried to get the other half of the plate she kept. 3 people put their heads together, gazing intently. Look down at the table, where the 2 pieces of the treasure map that have just been put together flow out. The table in the room is relatively quiet. There's only the sound of a surprise. Look at the red X in the background of the mountain. The place where the treasure is supposed to be, Aya said. The treasure is in the Rocky Mountains. The mountain is now in the animal kingdom. It must have been covered in snow by now. Don't tell me to find treasure in the snow. Hell, you can't even go there. Hearing that, Ellie lost her joy. At first, the map was complete. Reclining on the couch reproaching his father. What did that old man think? I can't get the treasure now. It is as easy as not hiding. My sister said a little too much. Speak up with me. You probably didn't expect it at the time. I've never seen this treasure map before. I am not going to use this treasure. In exchange for weapons. I've been looking at the treasure map. If you can't get it, ask the princess. So now, the weapon has to do something. Ellie fell back into this problem real you lie. Princess Hira sighed and said, see your purpose in the Atlantic City. It can't be done. I went back to the tribe and thought about how. Ellie thought for a moment and then came over and held her sister's hand. You should still go to the young master to discuss it first.